Two.
Awesome. Let's go. Okie dokie. All right, everybody should be joining. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Life Reawakened Show. We are here with Joshua Bloom. Say hello, Joshua, so everyone sees you.
Hey, I'm here. I was
Awesome.
drinking my water.
I'm drinking my coffee. Mm. All right, everyone, as you join, you know the drill. Say hello. Let's keep the energy up on this call so we know where you're from. Sandra from Chicago. Hello, Sandra. Welcome, welcome. Today, guys, if you joined us a couple weeks ago with Joshua, it was a fabulous call. But the one thing that happened was we weren't able to take questions because we went 2 hours like that. And we're like, oh, so we promised he would come back, and here he is. Joshua is here with us today. So, and really devoted to you guys during this next hour. So raise your hand by pressing the reaction button, and you can raise your hand that way. And let's just keep this really interactive today. Joshua, you're frozen.
Oh, it froze me.
Yeah, with your thumbs up. That is so cute.
Oh,
Joshua.
that is not good though. It's not supposed to. It wasn't supposed to
There
do
you
that. It was supposed to. If I do this, it's supposed to do something else. There we
there you
go. But it's still
go.
freezing me, so we won't do this anymore. Okay, no more playing because it obviously doesn't like that.
No fun on this call. All seriousness. All right, guys, let's see where you're from. We got two from Chicago. We got Maria from UK, and the other Chicago is Megan. Hello. We got Southern India. We have Denmark, Sweden. Beth says hello, hello, Beth. Joy from Scotland. We got India, Missouri, San Francisco, Montana, Salt Lake City, Newport Beach, California, Madrid, Florida, Ohio. We are everywhere. So welcome everybody. Did everybody recover from the eclipse yesterday? Great energy yesterday. I enjoyed it. We couldn't see it here, but I could see it getting darker. It was very cloudy here in Pennsylvania. So
We didn't see
yeah.
much here in New Jersey either. So there you go. It was like kind of a flop, but it was.
It was definitely. I was wondering about Ohio. Mandy from Ohio. Did you get a good view there? I
Oh,
know I saw traffic was insane, like in Erie. I was seeing Interstate 80, and oh, Mandy says yes, it was awesome. That's so
oh,
cool.
that's cool.
Very, very cool. So awesome. And I was asking Joshua, Joshua's in Jersey, and he had an earthquake last week. So hey, who knows?
Yes, the whole house shook a lot.
It's
That
crazy.
was like, it's not supposed to do that.
No, it's definitely not how it's supposed to be. So awesome. Before we get started, guys, our social media crew, who are like really young girls who have all this social media knowledge, unlike myself, are asking they're so what we have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. If you're on either of those, go look for Life Reawakened. Find those and comment and share. There's so much good stuff, fun stuff happening. I know I saw they created like a card deck that they're sharing there. And today, in particular, for today's call, they've created one of those, crosswords that the first word you see is what you need more of. So if you go there and find your word and comment on your word there, that would be awesome. As well as if you want to bring your word over here and let us know what you got, it can kind of direct the call today with Joshua. Because like I said, this call is all about you guys today, and we're really want to focus on you and quantum leaping into your unstoppable self. So this is really focused on, living life on your own terms, mastering your destiny, all of those kind of things to help you really stand in your power and make this year a really fantastic year. So officially, Joshua, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to share some amazing things and answer everybody's questions because that is the purpose of this call.
Yes, it is. And if you were on this call last time with Joshua, so many processes came up while we were talking with people. We pulled our higher selves into our body. He taught us how to do that. We will add that call to the replay page as well, so you can go back and watch that, because it really was a fabulous call. So Sandra's saying she was not on your first call, but she's excited to be here today. So awesome.
Cool.
Just a few housekeeping things before we start talking one-on-one with you guys. Joshua's retreat, which we talked about, is next weekend, the 19th, right? It starts the 19th.
The 19th, and the day before is a party.
And so, yes, he just added a party for the day before. I see hearts flying. So, I'm going to put the, wait, oh my goodness, I can't spell. Hold on. I need to copy and paste it. I'm going to put the URL for the retreat in here. So Life
Cool.
Reawakened.com/Joshua 24.
24.
And the reason why I'm doing this is because there are only 4 spots left, right, Joshua? Is that what you told me?
Yep, that's
4
it.
spots. So if you want one, grab one, and then when it's full, it's full. So it's there today. We'll talk a little bit more about that. 4 spots left. And he added a pre-retreat party, which sounds super fun. Tell him why you added it. What happened that made you decide to add that?
Oh, I watched that someone else had a party online, and I thought, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should have a party. But then I went to the party, and it was like not a party. It was so not a party. But what really helped me with that was like, oh, that's interesting. So if I were to have a party, how would I do that? How would I do it differently so that it would be dynamic and fun and exciting? And so, so we're
There we go.
creating that. We're
And
creating
I
that.
can't imagine Joshua having a party and it not being fun.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm like on the edge of my seat.
Awesome. All right, guys. So if you have questions about the retreat, ask those as well. And we're ready to dive in with callers if you are, Joshua.
Yes, absolutely. And also questions about quantum or any other questions that people might have. So it's all open today.
That's right. All right. Megan, you are first in line.
Hey, Megan.
Hi, Joshua. Hi, Gretchen. Thank you.
Hello, Megan. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I believe, like Sandra said, I didn't attend the first call. So would it just be best to tell you maybe something that I'm having a trouble with? How would you
Sure.
guide?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm having, maybe I would say, like abundance issues or money issues. Got laid off and I'm having some trouble with acquiring a new job that also feels soul aligned.
Okay. So I got it. So let me just answer your question because I'm getting all this information for you. So basically you are out of body. And what I mean by out of body is that your higher self is floated out and it's really above your head. And what does that mean? That means that you can't attract. Attraction is literally impossible because your frequency isn't high enough. The reason that the higher self leaves the body is because your frequency isn't high enough. You need to raise your frequency in order to have abundance in your life. And even trying to get a job is going to be a real big struggle right now for you because there's not enough energy to pull into that. Are you finding that you're having, at some point you're having lack of energy?
Yes, definitely.
So raising your frequency will change that game for you, getting into your body. That's what we did on our last call. We got into the body, we pulled our higher self in, and we brought it all the way into the body, through the bones of our body, through every part of our body, the cellular structure of our body, all the way down into our feet. Give that a go. Let's do it real quick. It doesn't take very long. So you're going to take your higher self, you're going to grab her feet just above the top of your head and say, come on, we're coming in this time, right? And just pull your higher self in all the way down, and let her slide in right through the bones of your body. Just let her slide in. Breathing is good. As you breathe, you'll find it easier for her to slide right in there. So have her slide right in all the way down. Invite her to go down even more. until she hits your feet. And let me know when she does.
Okay.
Good. Now, I want you to say, I put myself on 10,000 hertz energy frequency now, just like that.
Okay. Do I say it out loud?
Yep.
Okay. I put myself on 10,000 hertz frequency now.
Okay, great. So I want you to say that a little bit differently.
Okay.
When you say it, it did go up a little bit, but it didn't get to that level. I want you to say, I put myself better on 10,000 hertz
on 10,000 hertz
energy frequency now.
energy frequency now.
Breathe. Let it out. And now just feel the body as it raises frequency. It's going to do it automatically. There's nothing for you to do. It's called a quantum command. And all you did was you said that command and now the body is responding. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let it just respond just for a moment. It's almost there. Good. How do you feel now?
Mm-hmm. A lot more grounded, I would say, and like peaceful.
Yes. So as you go higher in frequency, you also get more stable and grounded in your body, especially because we pulled in the higher self there. And from this perspective, this will help you attract more easily and effortlessly. And the next step after this is getting momentum. So staying in your body is where you want to be. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you want to, while you're in the body, raise that frequency, which we did. And the next thing is build momentum. And that's why we're doing the retreat, is so that you can come to the retreat. And during that retreat, we build enough momentum so that it breaks that old pattern for you.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Perfect.
Awesome. Well,
beautiful.
Oh, go ahead, Gretchen.
How you feeling, Megan?
Yeah, I feel really good. A lot more energy, even since my last response. Yeah, feels amazing. Thank you, Joshua.
Oh, you're welcome. It's still moving, right? It's still moving the energy. So it's going to move for a little bit. Remember to keep your attention after you do that exercise at the base of your spine. That kind of locks in that energy for you so that you stay in that place. And here's the thing, if you pop out, which is going to happen at some point, you pull your higher self back in, you put your attention at the base of the spine and let the energy just percolate as it does. And it will. Quantum commands are really easy to use and they work so well, especially when you're not having to raise the frequency yourself. Right? Because it's harder to raise the frequency yourself. But if you do use a quantum command like we just did, that's going to be really, really cool. Really easy.
Very
definitely. Cool. Yeah, that was amazing. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Awesome. You're sounding better and better as we were talking.
Awesome. Definitely. You sound much lighter. That's awesome, Megan.
Ooh, awesome. Love that. Thank you.
Go
both.
manifest stuff.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Thanks for joining, Megan.
Yes, thank you.
I saw somebody ask, is it always 10,000, the command?
For that particular command, it's 10,000 hertz energy frequency. Yes, for that particular command. I mean, there's other commands, but it's important, 10,000 hertz energy frequency is really, really, really super duper high. And you don't want to overwhelm the body to try to get it to a higher frequency. Plus, most people are living at like 250 frequency, okay? So 10,000 frequency is quite enough. And most people's high, because they look at the scale, I don't believe in the scale. But anyway, they look at the scale and they're going to only 1,000 hertz energy frequency. So we're going to 10,000 hertz energy frequency, much, much, much more powerful. Moving into that 5D energy, it's just much better and easier.
Very cool. Another question I have about the quantum commands, is that something you teach during the retreat, like more commands on how we can?
I do.
Up level.
Quantum commands, and that's something I'm putting into this retreat that wasn't in my last one. Quantum commands are really powerful because they're not affirmations. It's not about whether you believe it or not. It's not about trying to get your unconscious mind to believe it. No, has nothing to do with that. It's about, this is my body. I'm in charge of it. This is my energy. I'm in charge of that too. And I command that my body and energy and higher self do what I'm asking. And that's a very different energy to go into, right? Because when we say an affirmation, we're like, I'm feeling great in every way. Today is an awesome day. And inside of you, what are we feeling? We're feeling, oh my God, no, I'm not. It's like the opposite of what I think. And we're trying to convince ourselves with the affirmation to change that belief. So obviously that's not it, right? So a
Right.
quantum command is all about commanding the energy and the experience you want in the moment. And when you do that, it shifts instantly, as you just saw. It shifts instantly, and you just allow yourself to be there in your beingness. And all of a sudden, the frequency raises on its own. You don't have to do anything other than just be in the process.
Very cool. Love that. Megan wrote back in. She said, yes, definitely feel my energy steadily going up. This was so powerful. Thank you, Joshua. That's
Yes,
so
I'm trying not to do this because it will
easy.
freeze
It took
my
what?
screen.
Yeah, right. Don't do that. It took 2 minutes. Like, how easy was that? Like,
You know, Gretchen, I'm really all about easy. I've struggled so much in my life that I really felt I had to create something that was going to be fast because it was just too frustrating for me. I had a really hard time trying to get my energy to be good on a day. And then, I associated so many negative things in my life that at one time in my life, going outside was scary, just leaving the house, that kind of thing. I mean, that's not my life today, but that was what it was like a long time ago. I have come from a very, the old Joshua there to a very new Joshua here in a whole different way. And we can change now that I have the tools, because I didn't have them all the way back then. Now that I've got the tools, I mean, my students are doing it like quickly, if not instantly. And they don't have to go through the 10 or so years that I struggled. It's like,
Yeah.
you're struggling now, we're going to just stop the struggle and move forward. That's it. That's how it works. It's that fast and it's that easy. The last retreat proved that. Everybody who went through the retreat last time is no longer the same person that's now coming into the retreat and doing it again.
that's
Because
so
they're like, I want that leap. I want that quantum leap to do it again and become another level of themselves. It's so nice when you look back and say, wow, that was me, and look at me now. It's like, Mom, look, no hands, it's that kind of thing. And you don't have to wait forever to get the result. That's the thing. I'm not interested in things that take a long time. I'm not interested in incremental change. I'm interested in evolutionary change. Evolutionary change changes now. Incremental change happens a little bit every day. I don't know about you, but I don't have the time for that. I don't have the patience for that. I, as everyone else, want this to happen quickly. It took me a long time to find the secrets and the answers to make it quick, but now that I have them, things are pretty easy.
You put your thumb up and you froze again there, Joshua.
Oh, shoot. Oh, thank you for telling me. I just have to, I can't put my thumb up. It's just, yay. Okay, we'll not do that.
Keep those hands together. All right. Lots of questions are coming in, so that's great. Beth says, hello, I'm sorry if I missed this. Can you define what is quantum energy transformation in terms of its difference from general energy healing? Thank you so much. Excited to learn.
Oh, neat. Well, general energy healing is using energy in a way to make you feel better, to entrain to that energy, right? Energy healing in itself, just basic, is about entraining to energy. Without entrainment, no healing could happen at all for anybody. Entrainment is really one of the key tools that is important. But quantum energy transformation goes beyond that. And what that means is quantum is cellular healing. It's going to the cellular structure of the body and moving energy through waves of energy, right? It's waves of energy like the ocean. So it's waves of energy moving through the body very, very quickly. Your body can move energy at the rate of 4 million bits of information per second. Your intellect only can move information at 40 bits of information per second. It's a very different scale there, right?
Wow. Yeah, very cool. And I do want to point out, I said we were going to put the replay up from the last call. That will go up, but I want to point out something very important that Joshua said in that call with the higher self and bringing the higher self. bring your higher self into your body, Joshua, is the first step in healing, right? Like if our higher self is not in our body, healing, it doesn't take place on the level that we're seeking. Is that right?
Well, yes, and I'll give you an example of that. So I worked in a hypnosis center, working with so many people there, and the other hypnotherapists that were there were wondering, why is Joshua getting all these testimonials? Why is it working so well for them and for him and for us? They get a testimonial every once in a while. I mean, they know how to do what they're doing, and it's just not the same. I'm just my work was turbocharged and their work was a lot slower because they were dealing with incremental change. But why was that happening? That was happening because I brought my clients into their body first, into what Dr. Bruce Lipton calls growth. If you're in growth, you can heal and transform. If you're in protection, that mechanism turns off. There's a mechanism in the body that stops you from transforming when it's not safe. If it's not safe, you can't transform. If you're not in your body, it's not considered safe to your body and your energy to heal. So it doesn't transform energy at that point. So in order to transform energy, we bring our higher self into our body, which is what I did in the hypnosis center. And then, of course, I wasn't giving them language patterns. I was having them move energy at the cellular level of the body. When we move the energy at the cellular level in waves of energy, right, that actually made changes happen quick, sometimes instant, and shocked me a lot. And it doesn't shock me today, but it shocked me then. I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? This is so cool. So that's what I discovered when I worked in the hypnosis center, that we really, really have to be in the quantum field. The quantum field, the base of the spine is the portal to the quantum field. So when you put your attention at the base of your spine, you're opening up into that quantum field space. But when you're in your head, now people who are doing hypnosis and meditation and all that stuff, they're in their head experiencing that. They're not going to get the same results. Same thing happens in yoga. Yoga is wonderful, but if you're experiencing it while you're in your head, like most people do, then you're not going to get the results that you're going to get. Also, yoga takes 3 years of really, really heavy training in order to get to the master level. And, with quantum energy transformation, you get to the master level. It doesn't even take years, because it's so easy and everyone can do it. And that's power. Being able to shift energy now in the moment when you have an issue or a problem and it just goes. That's the way life should be.
Very cool. Love it. All right. So Jeannie asks, how does one support the body to sustain that kind of energy if we aren't already operating from that level?
So I think
this is
about saying that the energy is so potent. Is that going to be?
I think she's asking, this was in regards to the 10,000 hertz.
Yes. And we're not used to it.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a couple things going on. First of all, I'm wearing these pendants and I'm using my pendants to assist you in this moment. And even if you use it on the replay, the pendants are supporting you. So I learned that we can get to very, very high frequencies, and these pendants can actually keep you at those high frequencies as well. And that's kind of cool. So I'm supporting you during this process that you're experiencing right now. So the pendant does that for you. So you don't have to prepare. I'll give you an example. Many years ago at this point, I decided that I wanted to be at 1,000 hertz energy frequency, not knowing that I could be at 10,000. But anyway, I thought that was better than 250, So I'm like, let's get to it. It's higher than the love frequency. Let's get up to, let's get up there to the possibility of 10,000 hertz energy frequency. Oh, I'm sorry, the 1,000 hertz energy frequency. So I was using a manifestation tool to help me get to the 1,000 hertz. And I did. It worked. I think that was the problem. I started to have what's called a healing crisis. And what that means is your body isn't prepared, like you're talking about, for that kind of energy all at once in that moment. And so it started to feel very uncomfortable, and then it escalated. So I went back to that process that I did, and I reversed the process. So I would stop my body from trying to expel all the lower frequencies all at once at me, because that was really not good. Okay. So then I said, all right, well, I guess we're not going up in frequency that high. I brought it down to something like 400 energy frequency, and I was able to do that without the healing crisis. But when I got the pendants, I was able to utilize the energy of the pendants so that we don't get a healing crisis by going up to 10,000 hertz energy frequency. So when we're doing this, I'm supporting you. So you're not going to have a healing crisis either, because I'm helping you in the process right now. So, and even if you do it later, because you learned it from me, you are also gaining that ability to do it without a healing crisis. So there's no healing crisis for you, regardless of how you engage it. Now, the pendants are really good because they will help you do that and so much more.
Very cool. Great. You guys, the questions are off the charts. They're crazy. You guys are really
Let's
good
do it.
today.
Let's do it.
So Sherry asks, how do we stop our minds from interfering with the quantum healing?
Oh, I love that question. Thank you so much. In the retreat, I'm going to teach you something that's going to help you stay in your body longer and stay grounded. So there's a couple things. One of them is a way of breathing, and the other one is called being quantum advanced. So I teach you a lot of different ways to really get and stay in the body, so that while you're going through the entire retreat, you can shift and you can change very rapidly in just a weekend. And, like one of my students, she had arthritis that was so bad, she could only sit for about an hour, hour and a half. She made it through the entire retreat without any pain.
That's crazy.
That's because of how I taught her to get into her body and to be grounded and in that experience. And then, of course, as we go through the exercises, all this energy is moving in her body, creating it to be even easier and easier and easier for her to sit for long periods of time. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, very cool. All right. CS is asking, is there also a difference then between the 963 solfeggio hertz frequency and the 10,000? I'm saying that completely wrong.
Okay, say that again. I'll try to get it this time.
All right, guys. Yes, I don't know what I'm talking about. CS is asking, is there a difference between the 963 solfeggio hertz? I think, is that the Tesla? Is that right? Is that the Tesla frequency or whatever that I'm just putting pieces together here.
I don't know what if you're talking, and I know about Tesla frequencies.
Yeah.
Let me ask about that frequency to the travelers here. Oh, okay. So we're talking about, I see what you're saying. It's 963 solfeggio hertz. Even if I'm saying that right, I don't know. That's a lower energy frequency. So there's lots of great energy frequencies. Lower frequencies, you see them all on YouTube and stuff. You go there and they show you a frequency, and then you're listening to something or feeling something that has that frequency, and they say, this is the frequency of this, and this is the frequency of that. Okay, so the difference is we're just jumping to the 5D. Okay, that's the difference. So you skip all those frequencies. It's not that those are bad or wrong or right or anything. It's fine. It's just that we're getting a different experience. So some people say, well, I'm going to go to 888, which is the frequency of manifestation. And that's also fine, right? You can go to that frequency too. There's nothing wrong with any of the frequencies. But if you supercharge it to 10,000 hertz energy frequency, you don't have to figure out what frequency or hertz you're at. Okay? You're at a high enough frequency where things just come to you automatically without having to work at it. So it kind of just falls in your lap kind of thing, which is the frequency you need when you're going to the 5D. 5D is like being in the place, like heaven on earth. Everything is good, even if some things that seem not good, your perspective of it is that, oh, okay, this is a learning. This is on track for me. Also, when you're at that high frequency, dis-ease is not so much in your body because you're at a frequency where that dis-ease doesn't live. The dis-ease lives in the lower frequencies. So I look at it like when I was a kid, I would play baseball and I would hold 2 or 3 bats in your hand and then you'd swing the bats. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
then you'd go up to plate with just one of the bats and you remember, or your body remembers how heavy it was. And you just go, bam, and you swing it. And of course you get the home run, or at least that was the point. So we're doing the same thing with going right to 10,000 hertz energy frequency. We're skipping all the other frequencies, going to 10,000 hertz. And now, even if you drop a little bit, you're still good. Makes sense?
Very
That's all
cool.
good.
And I never realized that that's why you swung all those bats.
There you go.
I never knew that was the point of that. That's so cool.
And so you feel like so that you have more oomph in your hit.
But it's so interesting because like that's it's such a simple like even unconsciously with something like that, you're training your body and your mind into like a memory, right? Like that's just really cool because anybody who doesn't believe in what we're talking about today, like that's a prime example of how you could train your body and your mind, like
There you
it's
go.
very interesting. All right, so the next question, this question I absolutely love. It's from Jasneet. He says, Joshua, I appreciate your quick methods, but isn't this technique possibly bypassing the change of the deep belief systems that keep us in our lower vibrations? Isn't the purpose of reincarnation to work on changing those belief systems so we don't fall back to those old patterns? Or are you suggesting that one needs to practice quantum commands daily while the old beliefs still exist inside of us? They would love to appreciate an explanation.
Wow, what a great question.
I know, it's awesome.
This is like the questions of questions. I love it. I love it. So what I love about the question is there's a lot of really good energy in that question. So let's go through it.
Mhm.
We're not bypassing the energy that needs to be released. Quantum energy transformation is all about letting go of those lower frequencies, lower energies, old traumas, all the stuff that doesn't serve you. We just don't believe that you have to go to those places directly to release them. That by going to the higher frequencies and working there, those old frequencies are no longer serving you and they're no longer operating because you're at a different level of frequency. You're here and they're here. You don't meet them, even if they're in your body. But the body has a natural experience of letting go of the lower frequencies once you're at the higher frequencies. Does that make sense? So it's not that you're ignoring that they're there. And in my retreat, in the last retreat, and we're doing it again in this retreat, I do a release of trauma. Now, trauma release can be pretty big. Some people have some really, really big traumas. I've worked with women who've been raped. All sorts of traumas people have experienced, and people who have had, several members in their family die in 3 days. These kinds of traumas are huge. And quantum energy transformation is a large enough tool to process the energy of that so quickly. And you don't have to relive the experience in order to let it go. Like in counseling, for example, you have to talk about it and think about it. And we don't do any of that. So the key in releasing the lower energies is that you raise frequency. So when you release the lower frequencies, you raise frequency. And that's all about what we're doing. So the key is this. The quantum command, first of all, is not a technique. I'll say it again because it's really key. I don't do techniques. It is not a technique. A technique is something in which you work at a very low level of change. We work at the identity, spirituality, purpose, and possibility levels. That's all in the top here, starting at the third eye, going up, okay? We work at those levels. The beliefs is right here at the heart chakra. If I work here, I have the ability to change everything else below. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
by working at the higher energies, we are actually releasing and changing the beliefs. We're also shifting the identity. If I only worked at strategy, which is down, you can't see it, but it's down here. Okay, strategy is at the level of the power center, right? So we have strategies. So at the level of the power center, if I work here, you can't change what's up here. It doesn't work that way. According to Einstein, you can't work at the same level in which the problem was created. You have to work at a higher level. Does that make sense? So we're working with the same science that Einstein is talking about. So when you work at the higher levels and you start working up here and you start to clear things, everything else underneath it changes and becomes in alignment with who you are becoming. Nobody is doing this. What I'm describing to you right now is not out there. This is not what people are teaching. They don't know it. They might know it now because I just said it. But basically, I'm sharing with you something really, really powerful. Unless you work at the higher levels of energy, you can't reach the higher level problems. Let's take migraine headaches. I used to have them so badly, puking in bed for 24 hours, couldn't get out of bed, headache so bad. Horrible situation. I don't know if you've had migraine headaches, but I had what we call cluster migraine headaches. So I might get one today and tomorrow and the next day have one also. And I don't know where the last one started and when the new one begins, because it's just so horrible. So I didn't like my life that way. That was not a life I wanted. So I released it, but I couldn't release it at the identity level because that's where it was created. Like I just said, you can't shift the problem at the same level that it was created. It was an identity. Just to give you a little insight, migraine headaches showed up in my life when I was molested at age 13. Okay. So you can see, just for learning, you can see that it was an identity shift. Who was I to have that happen to me? What was happening? I didn't understand. I was 13 years old. I didn't get it. So it was very difficult for me at that time. And migraine headaches came into my life. Actually, migraine headaches are powerful energy healers. I know that sounds really weird to say, but yes, migraines ground you. So if you can't ground yourself, the migraine will do it. Now, of course, that's not a useful way to always ground yourself, but that's what the body will do. The body will find a way to give you what you need, not what you want, right? Okay. So I eliminated the migraine headaches by shifting higher than my identity. So I worked at the level of purpose and possibility, and I shifted that. And I stopped getting migraine headaches. I couldn't have done it at strategy, would not have been possible. And that's the secret that I teach in my retreat, that you understand at such a brilliant level to be able to make changes and how to actually make those changes.
Beautiful.
Pretty cool. Did I answer the whole question?
I think you did, because they
Okay.
Joshua. I understand, Joshua. Thank you for answering my question. So awesome. Melody says no longer need to spend 30 years in psychotherapy.
Oh, say that again?
Melody says no longer need to spend 30 years in psychotherapy.
Exactly. It can take a really long time. I know I've been to counseling myself and therapy, and that was one of the worst experiences for me, because I remember, was that my second or third session? I remember what it was, but I was there. I came in with a good mood. I was feeling good. And then she started to pry into all sorts of things, like dig and push. And I'm like, okay, wow, I'm feeling really bad. I didn't know that was there. This is feeling awful. And so I'm trying to explain things, and I'm telling her the stories of these things, and I'm sharing, and she says,
Time's
up.
Oh,
I'll see you next week. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, holy F. It's done? You mean I have to go home with all this? I thought I'd leave and feel good. I came in better than I left. That was the last time that I did that. There was no means for letting all that go that she brought up. She brought up a lot of great stuff. She was a really good triggerer.
Yeah.
She was awesome at it, but she wasn't any good at all at helping me let it all go. So I left with it, and it took me a week to get over what she did.
Linda says your travelers saved you.
Yes, my travelers, they always save me. And they've been saving me my whole life. Absolutely. And they will help you too. They will
Yeah.
help you too. Absolutely.
So check this out. Sahita says, thanks, Joshua. I was molested at 3 and many times after that. First time I am sharing.
Wow. Thank you for your bravery in sharing that. I know from personal experience how difficult it is to share that. And wow, just breathe into that. Breathe into that power that you just shared with us.
A process or a release or something you can do with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't we do a release? And if you're feeling something in the moment, we could release it all together as a group. How about that? Okay. So first, what we're going to do is we're going to put our awareness at the base of our spine. So take your awareness and put it at your tailbone and just put it there. And taking a deep breath and let it out. And taking a deep breath and let it out. One more, taking a deep breath and let it out. Let's bring the energy down. Just push the energy down a little bit. This exercise is kind of nice because we just push the energy down, push the energy down. It's kind of nice. Push the energy down. Good. And now lock it at the base of your spine. Good. Now we're going to breathe. When we breathe in, we're going to move our hands up. When we breathe out, we're going to push our hands down. Let's do it again. Now follow me. We're going to go faster. And breathe in. Breathe out. Ground yourself. Push that energy down. Push that energy down. If you're standing, put your attention under your feet. If you're sitting, put your attention at your tailbone. And then just let the energy just move because it's now it's energy time. The energy is going to do what it's going to do. And notice how it's uplifting and moving energy through your body. And if you were thinking about trauma or something that you were dealing with, it will all get into the mix and strengthen you in this moment. It'll be really awesome. And now you might notice that if you're sitting or standing, you're going to be feeling like you're taller or sitting up straight, right? You're going to be feeling more open. You're going to be feeling also at the exact same time, more relaxed, not just open, but more relaxed and open. And you're going to be in this kind of like, I have this confidence. Do you feel that confidence coming up behind you? So here's the thing. Confidence is not a belief. It's not whether you believe or not believe that you're confident. Confidence is an energy. Move into the energy of confidence and you're in confidence regardless of what you believe. And that's how quantum energy transformation is so powerful, because we know that we can go higher than the belief level and shift that so that you can be confident when you choose at your desire. It's kind of cool.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very cool. Let us know how you guys are doing. Sahita, you're getting lots of messages there from people and your courage. So, and thank you for being brave. Yeah, from all of us, for sure. And Joshua, thank you. You know, I think in the email that I sent out about this call today, I shared what a safe place that you create for all of this stuff to kind of come up that needs to come up. So thank you, Joshua, for doing that for us.
That's okay. People are not going to change unless it feels safe to them. So in the beginning of the retreat, I talk about that actually, because safety is one of my number one things. You know, you work with women, for example, who've been raped. They got to feel safe to go there. right? And to release it without reliving it, but release it so that it's now gone. So people have to feel safe. But at the same time, people also need to be in an energy that feels fun and enjoyable. Because if you've ever sat in a class with someone that's teaching you and you're like, oh my God, I wish this were over, that is not the energy you're going to learn and thrive in. So we want to make it fun, but we also want to make it safe all at the same time.
Love that. Absolutely love that. Sahita says, so much shift. Bless you both all and all listening. So thank you.
Awesome.
Okay, so CS is asking for clarification. When you are bringing your energy down like this, like down, you mean by focusing on your tailbone, right? Not to take the frequency down, correct?
Oh, that's a good question. So when we're moving things down, we're always moving the ground down. When we're moving things up, we're always keeping the ground down and moving the frequency up. So, so ground goes down, frequencies go up. Yes.
Perfect.
Good
Got it.
question. That was awesome.
You
Woo!
guys, I'm
Can't do
telling
the
you,
thumbs
you
up.
are amazing today. Your questions are ridiculous.
They are amazing. They're ridiculously awesome.
They are. All right. Diana asks, how can we create a safe place inside of our own body?
Well, that's a part of putting your awareness at the base of your spine and what I'm going to teach in the retreat, which is being quantum advanced. Because, you know, in hypnosis, the way they do it is they say to you, just relax and be in a place that feels wonderful to you. Maybe that's like the tree, you know, they do the tree thing. So as you're sitting by the tree in your safe space, you know, that's kind of the hypnosis way to do it. But the way that we do it is we create that safe space, not in an image or visualization. We create that safe place energetically. So it's always there and it's always anchored in your body. So your safe place is always there inside of you. So when we put our attention at the base of the spine, we are marking this is our safe space. It's grounding and it's strong, and it's there for me whenever I need it. So it's a very powerful place to be by working in that portal. Now remember, it's not just the tailbone or the base of your spine. It is a portal to the quantum field. So we are utilizing that point as a bridge into the quantum field, as we also use that point to ground the body. So there's a lot going on with that. It seems like, oh, that's easy. Yes, but there's more, there's a whole lot to it.
There is a whole lot to it, but like when you it's an instant reaction. Like when you take, like for me, like I take my attention there and all of a sudden it's like you just instantly, it's very cool and so simple. Very cool.
Exactly.
All right. Barbara says, and this is from the process she just did, well, I have a tailbone problem for 16 years now, and it feels better to sit down. How cool is that?
Yes. That's really cool. I'm so excited for you because that is, you know, it seems counterintuitive, right? It's like, wait, my tailbone has a problem, but you want me to put my attention there. Yeah. And it works. I remember there was a lady, her name was Beth Amon. She came in to work with me and all she wanted me to do was heal her migraine headaches. And when she came in for the first session, she couldn't sit because she had pain at the tailbone really badly. And I said, well, you could lay on my couch. I mean, I had a couch there. I said, you could lay on the couch if you want. I didn't know what to do. So I said, well, why don't we work on that? She says, no, just work on my migraine headaches. And I'm like, okay, I promise I won't work on that. You know, want to give her what she wants. She wants to heal those migraine headaches. Anyway, because the body has its own intelligence, regardless of what I want to work on, the body's going to do what it's going to do. So as I took her through a quantum process, which took about a half an hour, she then sat up after that. And she says, I'm sitting. But then she said, wait a second. This couch is soft. Maybe that's why I'm not feeling any pain. So she went into my waiting room. And at the time, my waiting room chairs were not very comfortable. So she went and she sat in a waiting room chair, which is very hard and, you know, not very comfortable. Not like a couch, right? So she's sitting there and she says, I can't believe I have no pain. I'm sitting on this really hard chair. And she says, I couldn't even sit on the car seat coming over, right? The car seat was too hard on her base of her spine. She was like screaming when she got out of the car. It was hurting so much. And She left without any pain. She sat in my waiting room for an additional 45 minutes beyond her session because she couldn't believe that she could sit there that long without any pain. And it was done. That was it. She never got pain again. It was healed.
That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing.
Amazing. I love it.
I've for all these years. That's so. Sandra, you have to leave and you're next in line. So I'm actually going to call on you and then I will read another comment. So Sandra, you should be able to unmute yourself now. Are you still here? Sandra, there you are. Sandra.
Oh, thank you so much, Gretchen.
You're very welcome.
That timing was perfect. I'm glad I asked you. And Joshua, so nice to meet you and all the other people on this call, wherever you are. Blessings. I am wanting to get a scan. I've had just a long battle with codependency, and I feel like I have a dysregulated nervous system, and I'm trying to readjust my energy and close off the codependency chapters in my life and move forward. So the kind of siphoning off of energy that sort of ping pongs from other people's energies in this codependency relationship is something I'd like work on. Any thoughts?
Yeah, you're in fight or flight all the time.
Yes.
That's really big problem. So Dr. Bruce Lipton, when he talks about fight or flight, he calls that being in protection.
Yes.
Versus the opposite of that is being in growth. So quantum energy transformation, when I created it, I thought, well, if Dr. Lipton says you have to be in growth or otherwise nothing works, then why bother doing? Gotta do what works, right? So we get into growth. That is our whole thing. We get into that growth place where it doesn't exist. I'll give you an example. When I say it doesn't exist, I mean where fight or flight doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in growth. So I worked with a lady who was about to see me, and she had an anxiety attack inside my office in the waiting room. And the receptionist ran, Joshua, this lady's having an anxiety attack, because she was like beyond fight or flight. Now she was like freaking out. And so I was with a client, and the client says, that's okay. We're good. She was happy with what we did. And she just left and let me work with the lady. I brought her back into my office and had her sit in a chair, and I got her into her body, similar to what we've talked about today. And when we did that, instantly she got out of that fight or flight response. But more importantly, she said, Joshua, I don't get what you did, because I don't have any of the aftermath of the fight or flight. So when you're in fight or flight for a long time, you start to feel this sort of like that part doesn't go away. It's like when you get a migraine, sort of you get the residual migraine, or you get the residual anxiety or the adrenaline feeling through the body for hours. She said, it's just all gone. And I said, yes, because we put you into growth. So getting into growth is really, really key. The thing is that you have habits that prevent that growth from staying there. So something like my retreat would be really good for you, because when you do the retreat, we're building what's called momentum. So when you're going through the retreat and you're experiencing getting into that growth throughout the weekend, now the body builds a new pattern and creates a new experience through momentum. And then we keep that going. In the VIP level, we're meeting every week and making sure that you're keeping it going. So it's pretty awesome.
That's an interesting way to look at it. The protection, the fight, flight, and moving to growth. I don't know that I can attend your retreat this weekend, but maybe another time. Are there any other things that I might do in terms of developing some new skill levels?
Absolutely. I'll give you something that you can do. First of all, the retreat's not this weekend, it's the following one. So
Okay.
maybe you can look and see.
Maybe.
And what I want you to do is I want you to go for a walk, just a regular walk. But I want you to do it a little bit differently. I want you to walk as if your awareness was under each step that you take. In the beginning, you're going to have to go very slow in order to do this. So it might look a little bit slow, not your normal paced walk, but you're going to step with your awareness under there. Then the next step, awareness there. And then you can pick up speed a little bit, but it's not about going fast. The most important thing is that when you step with your foot, you're keeping that attention underneath your foot. As you do that for a few minutes, you'll start to realize and notice that your body is grounding you differently. And when doing this, you're training your body to get out of your head and into your body in a very simple and easy way. So start out really slow. It's okay if you go super duper slow, and then build a little bit faster. But again, this is not a fast exercise anyway. It's just a normal walk. And as you're walking, you're just keeping your attention. Are you able to do that now? Can you walk around where you are with your awareness of your feet?
Sure.
And what do you notice when you do it just a few steps?
Do I put my toes down first or my heel down first?
However you walk is fine. There's no rules about walking. However you like to walk, just make sure that your attention's under your feet. That's all.
Okay.
Did you feel the energy shift? Your voice even changed.
Yeah, I feel that. Yes, I do.
Your voice grounded. Your voice sounds totally different than it did a second ago.
Really?
Yes.
All right.
So just by engaging that, you're engaging into the quantum field and you're changing old patterns. So that'd be a really good thing to do.
Okay.
Starting now and
Okay.
moving forward. And if you want a really big blast, come to my retreat.
And alternatively, if not the retreat, are there other ways we can work with you? You be sharing that information with the group?
Absolutely. So first of all, if you buy the retreat at the VIP level, then you get a copy of the retreat, the whole thing.
Okay.
Plus everything separated. So you can always go and do the retreat on a weekend that serves you, or do a little bit each day if you prefer to do it in chunks, however you like to do it, but you're getting it all in a member area, the whole retreat.
Okay. Well, thank you, Joshua, for taking the time, and for Gretchen for hosting and presenting this program to us and everybody here. Appreciate it so much.
You're
Awesome.
so welcome.
You really do. Your voice sounds much lighter. It sounds much different. So you'll have to go back and re-listen, and
I will.
the
I
change.
will. Thank you for that acknowledgement and for all of your blessings. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks.
So Gretchen, I just want to say, the things that I offer people are very simple. Sometimes so simple, they're like, really? Like, Joshua, but that seems too simple. And then we try to complicate it.
Yeah,
this way or that, right? Remember what she said? We all do this. We all do that. We all try to make it more complicated. It's so simple. Just attention under the feet and walk. But when she did that, wasn't that amazing how she started to shift? And I mean, she's not like walking outside, but she's walking wherever she is right now. And, just a little walking with attention, big difference, very little effort. That's how you want to create change. You don't want big effort, very little change. That's what most people get. Okay. I'm not in that game. I am really, really knowing how hard it is to be in the places that many of us are in. I used to be there. I don't want you to be there anymore. That's hard. It was rough for me. I mean, when I say it's rough, that's not even getting close to how rough it really was. It was debilitating for me to live my life that way. And a lot of people are in that place, especially our empaths, intuitives, and light workers. And we're supposed to be raising the energy of the planet. How can we do our job of doing that as light workers if we are in a debilitating energy? We can't. And I couldn't either. And now that we are at this place in our life, in this world, it's time. It's time to shift it now. You can shift it. We have the technology to shift it. We have the tools to shift it. Might as well stand in your power and be your best. You got this.
Love it. Linda says he loves his people that follow him. Joshua does. Does.
We have a lot of fun. I love to play a little bit of magic here and there. I love to have things just work so seamlessly and easily. Love to play. It's so fun. That's why we're doing a party the day before. So the power of energy is to use energy the way it needs to be used in order to get you the result you need to get. What happens is many people are using energy in ways that don't necessarily serve them, and they're not getting that result.
Mm.
If it's not easy, if it's not fast, it's not quantum energy transformation, because that's the key. It has to be fast and easy, and then oh, that must be quantum energy transformation because it's working very fast and easy.
Yeah, that's very cool. So Krista, I see Krista says, you guys are typing in too fast. I lost it. Krista says, yes, Joshua, it's time for us to get into our power and offer transformation. And so with that, Krista, I also want to ask Joshua your other question, because I think this really is a great question. So Krista is a counselor with an extensive history of abuse herself. She's been healing using quantum techniques, and I'm now bringing them into her practice. She's experiencing a lot of fear of visibility that makes it feel like pushing a boulder to promote her business and reach clients with these healing possibilities. She knows experiencing and learning your work is a key for her. Thank you for sharing. And the reason why I really want to read this, Krista, is twofold. One, to acknowledge what you're doing. Two, to ask Joshua his recommendations. And three, to also point out that I think, Krista, this retreat would be a perfect if you're able to do it, a perfect event for you to really kind of do what you want and skyrocket that. And I'll let you talk, Joshua, but I just wanted to point that out.
You're so funny. You crack me up. I love it. I love you too, because we have so much fun.
Me too.
So with all of that, what was the question? Like, I'm so into everything. I'm like, I think it just left.
She's bringing in quantum
Quantum into the, yes.
but she's having a hard time getting past her fear of visibility to make to promote her business and to reach clients. So it's all of those, that fear of getting in her own way there.
Yeah, but I think that the model itself is probably putting a lot of fear into that too, because you said she was a counselor, right?
Yes, correct.
So a counselor, usually we have.
She has her hand raised. You want to talk to her?
Oh, come and talk. Come and talk. I'd love to get more information too, because I don't feel like I quite have enough.
Hello.
Krista, hey.
Hello. Oh, wow. This is exciting. Thank you.
Yeah, so tell me, you said you're a counselor?
Yeah, I have a master of social work. I'm a part-time school counselor, and I started a part-time private practice in August.
Now that makes sense. Okay, now I'm getting it. Now what I was saying before didn't make as much sense. Now I get it. So what is the fear about being visible?
I'm not too sure. I'm not in touch with any conscious fears around failure or looking stupid. I haven't generally been a people pleaser or really cared what people think. I know that the pressure of providing financially is something that I really experience.
Yeah.
So that is, I am aware of that, that pressure to generate clients. And that's really the only thing moving me forward is like, okay, I need to be visible for clients to find me, but no part of me wants to be visible.
Okay, got it. So
yeah.
I feel like there's this rule, like it's wrong. Does that resonate with you?
Not on a conscious level, but I've become aware in the last 2 weeks to a month that I've been holding actually a ton of energies that are way below the conscious level that have been working against what I want to choose for myself.
And even not seeing it is part of the problem.
Yeah,
So my question to you is, who would you need to be in order to be visible?
I would need to be much more physically attractive.
So that sounds like a belief that's not serving you.
I know I hold that. I tried to destroy and shrink myself with eating disorders for 30 years. So that part I am aware of. And I've come to a place, I felt like I came to a place where I am comfortable being myself. But just the I'm not battling with my body anymore. I'm not trying to make myself disappear. But the public visibility and the social media aspect, pictures and videos of myself, are like a torture for me.
So what else is possible?
I would love to have complete freedom to just appear as myself in any forum, like I do with clients here in my office, face to face.
Let me ask you
And
this
also,
question.
okay.
If you don't step out of your comfort zone and be visible and help people, how many people will you miss on helping because of it?
I know so many. Yep.
Yeah,
I
but
know
you
it.
notice what you just did? You said so many, but you suppressed it as you were saying it. Did you notice it?
I didn't notice that. No.
Taking a deep breath for me. Let it out. Just long. Do it again. Breathe in. Long. Is it okay with you that you allow yourself to not be visible so that you don't help others in your journey?
No.
Do you see the difference now? You didn't suppress that one.
Okay.
Can you feel that no inside of you?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you do 15 candle breaths? The candle breath is like this. Just do. Clap above your head. Bring it to your third eye. Keep breathing. Good. Now, how do you feel?
More centered.
Good.
Yeah. More in my body.
Good. Here's the thing. You are here on a mission, and you're not fulfilling that mission for something as simple as someone seeing you.
Yeah.
People only see you one at a time, by the way. When you go and you meet a friend one-on-one, right?
Yeah.
One person is seeing you at a time. So for example, I'm right here. I'm in front of you in front of one person, and other people are seeing me. But it's only one at a time. It's the same as if it were in person. It's the only difference is that they're looking me all at once, but it's all one at a time. Each person's experience is their own experience of me, regardless if it's one of them or several of them. Each person has their own experience. It's all one-on-one. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you're getting some stuff in your throat.
It lands, but it needs to. I'm not sure it's going to take root.
Yes. Well, let's see what's possible.
Yeah, there's stuff in my throat. Yep.
Yeah. So can you go like this in front of your throat and thymus area, and breathe with a hard out breath. Is it okay if I help a little?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. All right, so just put your attention at the base of your spine and open up your auric field for me. Ah, there we go. It shifted. So how do you feel now?
There might be some energy movement up from the base of my spine, not dramatic, just slow, like a percolation up.
Good. And what do you feel about being visible?
Well, my face smiled when you said that. So I guess there must be some openness and even maybe excitement about that. at this point,
Yeah.
which
So we
is
got our foot in
interesting.
the
That's
door a
so
little
new
bit.
for me. Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
new for me. Thank
Yeah,
you so much.
I can hear your smile as you're talking to me. So this is really good. So here's the thing. Like I said before, being seen, you're only being seen by one person at a time. Allow yourself to step out a little bit. And with that smile that you have, you know, your brilliance is there to help other people and to help yourself. Allow yourself to give yourself that gift as well as giving this gift to other people. And I really feel like you got this. I
Thank
do
you.
think that if you came to the retreat, oh my, this would be totally changed probably by Friday.
Yeah, I know it. Okay, thank you so much.
You're
Good job,
welcome.
Krista.
You're welcome.
Very
Good work. I can feel the energy shift. Can you? Woo,
Yeah, for sure. That was
that's
awesome.
good.
Very good. All right. So Sherry wrote in, she said, I have a number of chronic issues. In your retreat, can we work on all of the issues or do we pick just one issue? Also, can we work on everything in a private session? So the retreat does not have a private session, right?
So you won't need a private session because the way that the retreat is designed, it's designed to implement certification level training and transformation experiences. So as you're going through them, you're going through them with a group of people. Now, when you're with a group of people that are all holding a similar intention together, you amplify the ability of transformation. So even better than an individual session, you're getting support by everybody else doing it. But not only that, we're also using quantum tools like the pendants, and I've got a million other tools as well. There are also quantum tools that allow us to do more exciting and outrageous changes. And so you're getting that support by the tools as well. So everything is working in your favor. The last retreat, by the time we got to the end of the retreat, everybody was elated. It was like, oh my God, I'm no longer that same person. These things have fallen away and I'm now in my new identity of who I get to be. That's how we all changed through the process. So you won't need to have a private session. You're getting better than a private session in this experience. The other thing that you asked was about the retreat. What was the other one? It was about the retreat.
Oh, do you work on just one issue or can you work on all your issues?
So quantum energy transformation is one of the only modalities that I know that doesn't work in aspects. So everything else typically works in first, you got to clear that. Okay, then you can clear this, and then you can clear this. It doesn't work that way. So we can clear everything all at once. I like to say we just uproot the whole tree all at once, just pull it all out. So we can work on multiple issues at the same time. Even if you chose one issue, the intelligence of your body will see the connecting issues and change them automatically. So regardless of what you work on, your body is going to help you release much more at a time than just one thing. So it's going to do several items at a time.
Very cool. Megan wrote, and this is amazing. Love all of the healing that is happening. So beautiful. Thank you, Joshua and Gretchen and everyone here. Good job to you, Megan, as well. And you guys all for everything that you've been bringing up. Someone was asking about the pendants. And that is one of the tools, right? That if you join the VIP or either or, you get a pendant.
Get a pendant. If you'd like to have a pendant, you get a pendant regardless of the level you join.
Awesome. And eventually we'll bring Joshua back for a pendant show only. He's just a little busy because he hand makes them. So a little busy preparing for the retreat in making those.
Yes. I made some before in advance.
So, retreat nothing. But like last time we had you on the call about the pendant, I think what you were making like 100 or something. It was like crazy.
No. We made at least 300.
Oh, so he was a little bit, he doesn't have that time right now. So, but if you join the retreat, that is part of it. Also, There's 4 spots left, right? For the retreat?
4 spots left. If you you can get them right now. But once they're gone, and then the whole thing is closed. Yep.
Perfect. And the cards, is that also?
Oh, so you're gonna get my Through the Quantum Portal Oracle cards. Now they are amazing. I created Oracle cards so that you can use them as a biofeedback mechanism. The cards will help you see what the problems are. You'll release on those items that it's telling you about, and then you'll choose other cards that will tell you if it released or not. And if not, it will tell you exactly what you need to work on to get there. The cards, now, that's amazing, isn't it? The cards, I know a lot of people use Oracle cards as a means of gaining information. Ours do that too, but our focus is releasing on the information that it presents, and it's amazing. So everybody who purchases today, because there's only 5 slots left anyway, or 4 slots left, I'm sorry. Anyway, so that means that you'll get the cards, and I'm also going to throw in a signed book by me. The Ultimate Answer is inside. So you're going to get my book. I'm going to sign it inside and everything. It'll be awesome. And I'm going to mail it to you. And that's I'm going to just throw that in. If you get the retreat, I promise you, you will be so happy. Every single person that came to the retreat last time, which was a lot of people, were so happy because they didn't realize that they could shift so dramatically in such a short period of time. One lady, you played the testimony of it last time. There was one lady that says, Joshua, we don't have to hold on to these problems anymore. We don't have to feel badly or go through our traumas or live with our traumas. She said she was been doing this for, a very long time, and she said, it's just all changed, and she doesn't have to live with this. And I think she said, you've something like you've enlightened my ability to see humanity differently. That it's just we don't have to hold on to our stuff, and we can release them, but we could also live at a higher frequency. This lady is, like many of us, have done everything. You know what I mean? And so I promise you, this you have not done, and I will be showing you something new, many, many, many new things. The whole retreat will be very new, and I will help you get there. It's just going to be, to say it's life altering is it's not even coming close to it. This is a dynamic infusion of an experience that will literally shift your identity so that who you are by the end of the experience will not be the same person who started the experience. I promise you that. That I can promise you.
Yeah, love that.
Yeah.
Very. The link is lifereawakened.com/Joshua24. lifereawakened.com/Joshua24. And that's a redirect link. It's an easier one to announce. So you'll end up to Joshua's page for that. There is. Oh, so this is Debbie. She must have come to your last retreat. She said, FYI, there is an opportunity to ask Joshua questions in the retreat. So there is time for one-on-one. Listening to these also allow everyone to clear unwanted energy. Highly recommend retreat. Thanks, Debbie, for that. That's so cool.
Yes, I know Debbie. She changed and shifted. I mean, it's amazing because, as I work with people, this is really meaningful. You don't do this type of transformation with even people that you live with, family. What we do together is very, very sacred and very, very special. And in doing that, we build a bond, we build a connection. So my connection to Debbie today is a very powerful connection because of how we've engaged together. That really, no one does that together, right? This is something that powerful that we do with each other in a group where everyone is having that connection. So in this experience, we all kind of know each other at levels that nobody else knows us. That's deep, and it's also very powerful. So Debbie's transformation has been wonderful, has been amazing. It's hard to even describe, because who she is today, and as I've spoken to her even after the retreat, who she is today, I can feel that connection and how she's changed, and who she was then and who she is now, and how things are moving forward differently in her life. It's just a beautiful thing. I changed too. I guarantee you, Debbie would say the same thing for me. As I go through the retreat, I'm doing the exercises with you. I'm engaging too, so I don't end up being the same person at the end of the retreat either. So I've changed completely. I don't even look the same as I looked months ago. So it's just amazing what we can do, and the power is you. We're just amplifying your personal power to create dynamic change that's permanent. Yeah. It's amazing.
Very cool. She wrote a follow-up. It is a heart awakening. That's cool. Very cool. Linda saying the cards are awesome. Sue's asking, can Joshua help with those that have pain from structural issues such as in back or hips, or only emotional pain?
No, physical pain also. One lady in the retreat, she couldn't sit for more than an hour to an hour and a half, and then that was it. Now the retreat, it's all day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, she lasted all 3 days. When before she couldn't sit for more than an hour and a half. That's amazing. So that's a physical thing, right? So the physical, the energetic, the emotional, it's all the same thing, just a different part of the same thing.
Perfect. Shaylee says, thank you for this, Joshua. I've been living out of my body since I was sexually abused at the age of 6, and I'm now 46, 40 years out of my body. I'm finally learning how to walk, unlock my jaw, drink water, etc. Thank you for sharing that. And if you didn't hear the call from last time, and you didn't hear again today, the higher self, that exercise is pretty powerful in bringing you back into your body. And
what she needs is the core awakening. And I do that exact exercise on Sunday, which is called Transformation Day. We do that exercise on Sunday. It is life altering. This experience uses the intelligence of the body to transform a huge number of aspects of many items, not just one thing. So in the engagement of it, we're breathing and we're moving energy in a very specific way. And by moving that energy at the end of the exercise, you have released and transformed multiple issues all at once. And it's not a very long exercise. It's about a half an hour, 40 minutes. And in doing that experience, it will unwind, so to speak, those things that you're talking about in your message. So you'll unwind all of that just with the one exercise. So now I have several exercises that we do that are certification level that are like that. So imagine, right, going through several things that are that powerful. Who will you be then? I'd love to see. I really would. It's going to be amazing.
Barbara, I think you're having a hard time finding the link. It's lifereawakened.com/Joshua24. I think she went to search in Google and Joshua showed up.
Oh, okay.
Used exactly that. Did you put it in Google or did you put it in the URL? Did you copy?
What about clicking the link?
Yeah, it doesn't work. Everybody's saying it doesn't work. It should take you to.
Did you do HTTP:?
Oh, it's rerouting. I just clicked on it.
I did click on it too, but maybe I'll put it in a little differently. But let me see if I can try this. Oops.
You did, the link is clickable for, okay. I copied and pasted and he said,
oops.
So.
I need to fix one more thing. Almost there. Okay, try that link.
There you go.
See if that link works for you.
All right. Perfect. I do see some people saying it was working. So awesome.
Okay, good. Sometimes if you're on a cell phone, it depends on which one, it may or may not work, but copy it out if you can and just paste it. But yeah.
Yeah. Shaylee says, amazing. Thank you, Gretchen, for bringing up my comment, and Joshua for just suggesting that. So very cool. All right. Casey says she typed in with the HTTPS and it worked great. So, Barbara, if you're still having a hard time,
everything's easy, even the internet. That's how we roll. We don't do anything hard here. Internet easy too.
Barbara, if you're still having a hard time, you can email me. There's my email address and we can try it that way. All right. And thank you. You put in the direct link, if I could speak correctly. All right. Thank you. Someone's asking for a payment plan. There is not a payment plan for this because it is happening next week. If we do one if Joshua does one at another time and we have a longer period before, we will work on a payment plan.
I think PayPal lets you do
can you pay via PayPal?
You can. So PayPal has what is that called? PayPal
month PayPal credit or PayPal?
Yeah, PayPal credit or whatever. Yeah. So that might be a possibility for you. Okay. But yeah, and we do accept PayPal. Yeah.
All right, cool. Very cool. So check that out too. All right. I know a lot more people on the line with questions, and I got to as many comments as I could. You guys, the comments, the questions, everything was just absolutely amazing today. Really, really appreciate all of that. Joshua, is there anything you want to add before we close out this wonderful call from today?
I like to add that I'm having so much fun answering everybody's questions. I don't want to go. Being here today is meaningful to me because I love to see people thrive. It just lifts me to help people so fast, so quickly. The power that we have to shift things is immense. The amount of that we typically use is like this much. Do you know what I mean? In our daily life, I'm inviting you to step into something that you're going to be in a massive experience of transformation and change. And it will be easy. It'll be fun. And we're going to do it in a way that you feel safe. I don't have any rules in my retreat. Engage the retreat the way that you feel safe. You need help, I'm there. You can ask me questions. I'm right there to help you the whole weekend. It's just that amazing. I promise you, do this. Engage with me. It's 3 days of your life, but those 3 days are going to change what happens when you move forward afterwards in such a beautiful way. It's so hard to give you it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. It is going to be transformational. You will step into an experience that will change your life. This is not just a regular retreat. This is something that powerful with certification level transformations, which with my direct help right there with you the whole time, you owe it to yourself to release that old stuff that's not serving you and move forward. Imagine in 3 days, you could do that. Literally, you could do that. So play with me, engage with me. Let's do this. The power of this is standing up for yourself. Stand up for yourself and know that at the other end of the retreat, who you will be then is going to be outrageous and amazing. You're going to look back and say, that was me. You're just going to love who you become. And I'm going to help you get there in a way that feels good to you and that's comfortable for you because there's no rules, as I mentioned before. Take this plunge and know and trust in the process. I've got you. I do. From my heart. My heart.
Awesome. I love that. And we know that you got us because what came up today was really powerful for a lot of people. And
yeah.
I honor all of you for your courage, for showing up today, asking the questions, doing the deep work. Good stuff, really good stuff. And thank you, Joshua, for facilitating that.
Thank you. Thank you. The changes we've seen on this call alone were so powerful.
Amazing.
I'm just thrilled. I'm so happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me. It's just a good thing. It's like we did a good thing today.
Yeah, I
You know?
love that.
I love
Yeah.
that too.
Good job. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. You have the link. If this is right for you, there's 4 spots left, as long as you can check out.
I don't think there are 4 anymore. I saw some sales.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
Check out. There's still a spot left. So there
There's
you
still
go.
a spot left though. Yeah. Get in
Awesome.
there.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here. So appreciate all of you. And thank you so much for the interaction. That just helps, helps these calls, just really kicks them up a notch. So thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. And Joshua, as always, thank you so much for being here and sharing your gifts with all of us. Really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll be seeing you soon. Bye-bye, Joshua.